quite impossible to find a person that is really from Warsaw, because most of the citizens of Warsaw come from other parts of Poland, so it's a huge mix of people from diverse regions. And although a lot of people like to say I'm from Warsaw, it's not exactly the truth of most of them.
Capítol III. Ideologia i canvis.
So Warsaw is changing very fast. Like 1 year, there can be some ruins, and in the next year, you can find a very fancy club in the same place. Basically, I think that there are a lot of foreigners coming to Warsaw that change the city. It's becoming more and more multicultural, and these intercultural exchanges also thanks to Polish people that go to abroad and come back. I think that they change mentality of people, especially young people that live in the capital. I like especially the last 10 years of Warsaw because it's developing very fast. A lot of young people open their clubs, small restaurants, and they bring a lot of positive energy and good ideas and initiatives. So I see that Warsaw is going somehow to the direction of Berlin. I mean, where we were copying a lot. On the one hand, I really like it because I like the atmosphere of Berlin. But on the other hand, I don't think that still people in Warsaw appreciate what is very local. And I think that we have to work more on it, like to promote what is really like Polish and really something that is original and we created, and not just copying the patterns from abroad. I think that's something that really needs to be more appreciated and done in the future. We gained a lot from European Union, and you can see it like literally, like the things that are changing. A lot of investments were being done, and I think that it makes people to believe in that it's better to be in European Union than apart. I travel a lot, and I think it would be much more easy for me to have the same currency. Although I know about problems of other countries, when the euro was introduced, the prices were rising a lot, and there were a lot of people that were not honest. But I think also that we just need to find the right moment and to create the rules that will permit us to get the euro, but also avoid the situations, the problems that were in other countries. Well, I don't think that it's very different from other countries. I think that we are generally in Europe and the whole world probably facing the big problem connected with nationalistic parties that are becoming stronger and stronger, and the radical right wing is becoming more and more violent, and there are a lot of manifestations also on the streets. The point is that nationalists they've got real power in the sense that it's easy for them to organize big protests and manifestations, and that's something that is missing on the other side. But Generally, people in Poland like to say that they are patriotic, but I don't know if they behave in a way that I could call patriotic. I think that a lot of people still confuse patriotism with nationalism, and that's not a good thing. I think that it's like on the margin. There is something going on, but it's so small and still powerless that it's nearly visible. I think that still people are not conscious enough, and we are really not talking about any change, like real change here in Poland, because like I think that it's also the matter that democracy in Poland is still quite fresh, and people still have to learn not to repeat the same mistakes of other countries, but to find their own new ways. Well, basically, there are all the time the same people. Although they change, like we hear that once it's the left side, one is the right side, but still we see the same faces, both at the government and the opposition. So I think that what we really need right now is like a real alternative. And not a political party at all, I would say. Like, people are tired of political parties because they just don't work for the good of the citizens at all, but just people that are in the parties. And most of the citizens are excluded from the political life and decision making. So I think that what we need, and I'm not talking only about Poland right now, but generally about, let's say, European Union, are more like civic movements, associations that will together work on just changing the system and basing it more on active citizenship and direct participation of citizens.